David, let's begin with the inflation vector now. It is discrete and different than Europe with a rising five-year break-even. Do you assume a trend towards rising and larger inflation in the next years to come?
I have a tough time believing that inflation is going to become a sustained problem, at least the next, I'd say, 1 to 3 years. The output gap or the differential between where aggregate supply and aggregate demand is in the United States is far too high for me to be worried about inflation. I know that it's become a bit of a narrative of late with the steepening yield curve and the increase in the break-even levels. My forecast is a little bit different, I think, than the consensus is on this. It doesn't mean that we're not going to go through a temporary period where some of these cost pressures in the material sector seep through. That's been the case. But remember, inflation is a process. It's not, you have to have continuously accelerating prices, not just a one-off level shift. And so I think that the market has overdone it. I simply think the narrative has overdone it on the inflation side. I think it's going to be years before we see.
Okay.
I think it's sustained acceleration in inflation.
David,